Today we're making one of my favorite rice cakes, ssukSongPyeon, using ssuk. Ssuk is mugwort greens. It is known for having medicinal qualities. Yes, Google it. But you could substitute using any green leaf vegetables or even matcha powder. Ssuk SongPyeon is beloved by all Koreans. We grew up eating it as a kid, and we also have it on our major holidays. That's how delicious Ssuk SongPyeon is, and I'm going to show you how to make my favorite version stuffed with this sweet lentil paste using mung beans. Yes, you're going to be so amazed at how lentils could taste this delicious as a sweet dessert. I mean, it's not that sweet, but it's so good. 오늘의 레시피. 쫄깃쫄깃하고 아주 맛있는 쑥 송편 만들기. 오늘도 여러분들과 영어로 함께 하겠습니다. This is one of those things where you really don't want to talk because you just want to eat and inhale everything. So, Hi everyone, this is Helen and welcome to Modern Pepper. 안녕하세요, Modern Pepper의 헬렌입니다. Now, when you're ready to start cooking, make sure to come back to this video because the entire ingredient list will be listed in the description box below, as well as all the Korean ingredient links that we'll be using today. To make our 쑥 송편 dough, we're going to start out with 1 cup of rice flour, 쌀가루. So we're using regular rice flour, not glutinous rice flour, which is totally different. And to this, we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. To make our 쑥 송편 that gives it the green color, we need 쑥. And today I'm going to use 쑥가루, which is mugwort powder. This is a plant that is commonly used in Korean cuisine, and it also is known as a superfood vegetable. And you could buy the 쑥 powder form at any big Korean supermarket. If you can't get to a Korean market, I will have the product link listed in the description box below. And alternatively, you could also just use matcha powder and it'll look green and it'll be healthy, but it's not going to taste like the 쑥가루. But nonetheless, give it a try if you only have matcha powder. And we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of our 쑥가루, mugwort powder. Then we're gonna mix up the powder so that it looks like this. And we need about half a cup of hot water. Then add the hot water to our bowl. Then go in with your fork and mix everything up. So keep on mixing until you are left with crumbs and most of the powder, rice flour powder, is absorbed. Scrape off the remainder on your fork. Go in with your hands and squeeze. So right now the dough feels very warm in my hand, which is perfect to kind of shape and bring our dough together. So keep on pressing down on your dough and wiping the side of your bowl to create a big dough like that. Right now, this feels a little too dry in my hands, and we want that consistency of Play-Doh that's kind of moist but doesn't stick to your hands. So what I'm going to do is press this down like that, poke some holes with my finger. Then to this, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of hot water. Now, depending on your kitchen temperature, cold, hot, altitude level, this is all going to vary. And then go in with your hands and just simply mix up our dough together with the water. So now the dough feels nice and moist in my hand, where you could kind of press it and it feels soft, but it's not sticking to my fingers. And I want you to gently knead the dough in the bowl for about a good 5 minutes. So you go down, press down, press down, press down, easy peasy. Okay, so 5 minutes later, you want to just take your dough, form it into a circle, pat it down, turn it into a really pretty circle like that, and then just drop it in there, slam it. Put your plastic wrap, and then I want you to leave this at room temperature for 30 minutes up to an hour. While our dough is resting, let's get started on making our sweet mung bean stuffing for our 쑥 송편. We need half a cup of mung beans. These are yellow lentils. You could certainly use the mung beans with the green shell on it, but it takes a bit of effort to remove that. So I highly recommend using peeled mung beans called 깐녹두 in Korean. And to this, we're gonna add half a teaspoon of salt. and 1 cup of water. And we're just gonna let these mung beans soak in room temperature for about 30 minutes. And you could even let this soak for hours or overnight in the fridge. So it's been a little over 30 minutes and our mung beans have plumped up nice. Pour the mung beans into a strainer, and with the cold water, I just want you to rinse for about good 10 seconds or so, like that. Shake to remove the excess water. Then add the mung beans into a medium-sized pot. And to this, we're gonna add 1 pinch of salt, half cup of water. Spread the beans evenly around the pot. I want to take a quick moment to thank you for cooking Korean food with me. Now, if you are enjoying these lesson-based Korean cooking tutorial videos, I want to kindly ask you to support me by clicking on the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and share today's video with your friends and family. Another way to support me is to go to amazon.com/shop/modernpepper and browse through all the Korean ingredients that you might need, as well as other items that you might need on Amazon. And my Patreon account. Even a $1 donation will be greatly appreciated. Your generosity means that I could continue to produce these lesson-based Korean cooking videos for free for everyone. All right, let's get back to cooking. Set the heat to high and wait for the water to start boiling. Now, as soon as you see the water start to boil like that, place the lid, lower your heat to low, and we're just gonna let this slowly cook for 15 minutes on low heat. And 15 minutes later, you'll see that most of the water or all of the water is gone. So this part is very, very important. Now I want you to turn off the heat completely. Do not open the lid and let this sit as is with the lid on for 15 minutes. And 15 minutes later, let's take a look. It's still steaming hot. So what you want to do is take your potato masher and just press to mash up our mung beans so that it looks like this, completely mashed like so. Then quickly transfer this to a bowl. Then to this, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of honey. 1, you could certainly use white sugar or agave or your choice of any sugar substitutions. And 2. Then mix all this up so that it looks like this. So it should be a nice thick paste and have a taste. If you want it sweeter, add more honey or sugar at this point, but this is not meant to be super sweet either. So it's been a little over 30 minutes. Let's take a look. So the dough size is gonna be almost the same. Get your steamer pot ready. Here I have my parchment paper and I want you to fold it in half and just make slits like that. Then fold it again like that and make more slits right here. Then place it in our steamer basket. Now I want you to shape this into a log. Roll it out so that it's about 18 inches in length, like so. Eyeball it and just cut it down the middle. Then just simply line it up like so. And we're just gonna try to cut them into 8 equal parts. And you can make them, smaller or bigger. It's up to you. Now these 2 guys are a little bit longer, so what I'm gonna do is take a little bit off like that and give this one to this guy. And this one is still a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna cut it off and then give it to this guy. So relatively, it's kind of even in size. You could certainly use digital scale if you want to be fastidious and make them equal, but for me this works. Then pick one up and always cover it with a plastic wrap as you're working. Squeeze it in your hand like that and then turn it into a round circle. Then once you have that, you want to take your thumb and just press it down the middle like that. And then go around and round like that. Just pick up a spoonful of our mung beans stuffing that we made. And you could add as little as you want or as much as you want. It really is up to you. Then once you have that, just press out the edge a little bit more. So then you kind of fold it over and then you just kind of seal to tap, seal, squeeze and seal. like that. You know, almost like the shape of a dumpling, and this is a lot easier to do than the actual dumpling, like that. Then what I like to do is place it right here where my fingers are, and then go with these fingers and just press down to make imprints of your fingers. And then place it on our steamer basket. Pick up the next piece and just continue. Our last baby goes in here in the center. Now make sure your steamer pot is piping, boiling hot, like so. Then we're gonna place our steamer basket on top, put the lid on, and with your heat remaining at high, we're gonna let this steam for 15 minutes. For our leftover mung bean stuffing, I would add this to my morning oatmeal. I would also add it to my Greek yogurt as a topping, and also add it to my peanut butter and jelly and make it extra protein friendly. This, keep it in the fridge, eat it within about a week, or you could also freeze it as well. But you know what I'm gonna do? Because this stuffing is so good, I'm just gonna eat it as is. I'm still eating. It's creamy. It doesn't taste anything like beans because it just has this like creamy kind of nutty and sweet aftertaste. I eat this when I need to go on a diet, which is almost every day. So it's been 15 minutes and let's take a look. Ooh, la la, look at that. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. Here I have an ice bath, a little bit of sesame oil, and a strainer basket. This part's very, very important. So you want to take your Ssuk SongPyeon and just do a quick dip in our ice bath like that. 1, 2, maybe 3 times like that. Shake it off, then place it on your strainer basket. So the reason for doing this is to literally cool down our songpyeon from cooking any further, and also makes the exterior a little bit extra chewy as it cools down. Then quickly we're gonna add some sesame oil to our brush and just do a gentle stroke on top like that. Trust me, when you do this, your songpyeon tastes exponentially more delicious. It's sort of like the icing on a cake, but obviously it's sesame oil. It just adds this really delicious, nutty, creamy, buttery taste. Ah, so good. It also makes it beautifully nice and shiny. Now let this cool down for 5 minutes, and then you could devour them when it's nice and warm, which is the tastiest, or you could have them at room temperature. You could also freeze these guys individually and then warm it back up in a toaster oven, and it is so good like that too. I am so excited to eat our Ssuk SongPyeon. Oh. Really, this brings back memories of my childhood. My grandmother used to make songpyeon for me all the time. So good, so good. It is so chewy and so lovely. It makes me so happy. The stuffing, ooh, it just adds another layer of like deliciousness. Ah, I mean, speechless. This is one of those things where you really don't want to talk because you just want to eat and inhale everything. So, you have to make this at home. Oh, if you love rice cakes, oh, you know, everyone knows tteokbokki and they love that chewy rice taste. Koreans, we have like rice cake recipes that we have it in like hundreds of different ways. So songpyeon could be made in many different ways too. And I actually have another video on how to make songpyeon using sesame seed stuffing with honey. Oh, so good. I want to thank you for watching today. As always, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click on that thumbs up icon and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell and share today's recipe with your friends and family. 여러분 오늘 재밌게 보셨으면 꼭 좋아하는 버튼과 구독 버튼도 눌러주세요. 다음 영상에서 꼭 뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다. Alright folks, I will see you in one of these videos you see right here. 오늘의 레시피. You love. Today I'm going to show you how to make my favorite